My association with LSU goes back to 1958 when I registered here as a freshman student. In all these long years that I've been associated, I got to tell you, this takes the cake. This tops it all of all the events that I've been a part of at this great university. So from the deepest well of sincerity in my heart, I thank the faculty, I thank the Board of Supervisors for having made this possible. This is a great honor, not deserved, but gratefully received. I graduated 50 years ago, as I just mentioned. I don't remember who the commencement speaker was, much less what he or she said. I do remember this, the outstanding thing that I remember from my first graduation. I wore Bermuda shorts under the gown. Now, I got to tell you, back then the graduations were done in the Cow Palace, and I graduated in August. The Cow Palace was not air-conditioned. I thought I was being really cool. Now, not cool in the way you use the term today, but really cool. Most of the people in my class had on coats and ties. The ladies had on dresses. I was sitting there very smug and very cool because I was in Bermuda shorts. Now let me just ask for a show of hands. In all honesty, how many of you graduates out there wearing Bermuda shorts today? Let's see a show of hands. 2. Now see there, I was in rare company, still am. How many of you are wearing slacks or a suit, or ladies are wearing dresses? Let's see a show of hands of those. Chancellor, I'm concerned. There are some who didn't raise their hands for either choice. I don't think I'll go any further with that. I'd like to make your graduation a little bit different from mine. I would like, hopefully, for you to remember, at least tomorrow, and maybe even a week from now, what I said, so I'm going to make it very simple. It's one line. Give something back. Give something back. That's it. That's the message. That's all there is to it. You're graduating today as part of the 151st year of LSU, and that makes you a part of something that's bigger than you. It makes you a part of something that we hope is going to be forever. If you live your life as I've lived mine, you're going to find that your experiences here, your memories made here, the friends you've made here, the education you received here is going to grow in importance every year of your life. When you think on that, you should begin to think and start to feel today that maybe you received more here than you've given back, and that just maybe you ought to start thinking about giving something back. Soon, not later. When you do that, you really are going to become a real part of something bigger than you and something that is forever. Start giving back by joining the Alumni Association today when you leave here. They're set up right outside. It costs less than taking a date to the movie and buying popcorn. I went the other day for the first time in years, and I can swear to that. It costs more to go to the movies than it does to join the Alumni Association. It counts for more than you know. It'll keep you in touch with this great institution you're going to grow to love even more. It keeps you in touch with it, but also, whether you know it or not, it counts towards our ranking by U.S. News World Report as a top-tier institution. That's your way of helping to keep this university moving forward while learning something and staying a part of LSU while you're doing it. There are alumni chapters in just about every town in the country. They can become a good support group for you no matter where you work, and where you live, and where you move. And when you're asked for a contribution, here's the giving back part. Do it. Make a small gift. Even if it's only $10 and you're starting out, and I understand that may be a big gift, but let me tell you, it adds up. I know we just went through this with the Forever LSU campaign. If all those that went before you today, and those who come after, if they just gave $10, that will enable us to endow 55 scholarships a year to make it easier on those who come after you to not have money be a problem to go to this great university. Give something back every year, even if it's a small amount. That's been the tradition for years of the great universities in this country. They've been doing that in some cases for 300 years. LSU is now one of those great universities. We have to do the same thing. There are a number of reasons I could give you why you need to do this. One, we're taught from the earliest days it's better to give than to receive. Another reason is, in my experience, I found when I've given of myself, you feel a whole lot better. And that feel good can't be equaled by anything else you can really do. And still another reason is we're in another transition. AP 2.0 is here at the beginning of a transition. You're here at the beginning of another transition of this great university, a transition of where most of the money that funds this university came from the state of Louisiana when I was here. Not today. Today, you are part of the first graduating class where less than half of the money to fund this university comes from the state of Louisiana. And that figure is probably going to continue to go down. And so we need to step up. We need to replace those funds that we're losing by private contributions from the graduates and the alumni of this great institution, as all the other great institutions have been doing in this country for a long, long time. We have to step up to help close the gap and continue LSU's climb to greatness. But in my mind, the compelling reason, the real reason, is that you're now part of something that's important. It's something that makes a difference every day and has for 151 years. And it's something that will be forever if we support it. There are not many things you can be a part of that meet that test. We need that in our lives to round out our purpose in being here. Join us in giving back. Remain a part of LSU, and I guarantee you from my years' experience, you'll be glad you did. You'll be very glad you've remained a part of this great school. I once knew and served with a president who was loved by many, who used to say to those of us around him when something good was accomplished by our country, he'd look, great optimist was he, he'd say, "You ain't seen nothing yet." If we can begin to build a culture with you, those who were before you and those who come after you, that you want to be a part of something bigger in life, that you want to really be a part of something that's forever, and therefore you want to give something back, then as we look at LSU today, as great as it is, if we will do this, we ain't seen nothing yet. Congratulations. Good luck. Go Tigers.